Нихуя себе, куда я забрал. Не, ну нахуй.
You know the way. You can drive.
There's the guy.
Musical favorite, brought to you by Bulls.
I'm a fellow with a heart of gold, with the ways of a gentleman. I've been told. Kind of a fellow that wouldn't even harm a flea. But if me and a certain character met,
LAPD, ma'am. Are you all right?
That lowlife! That filthy lowlife!
What happened?
I was standing ready to get off and I heard a click. His camera. That pervert took a picture of my... up my...
Which way did he go?
There! That's him! Right there!
Ah, fuck.
Oh, fuck. Нифига он как кидает камеру, сука, за это его можно наказать.
Go on, Phelps. Get after that creeper. Get in close and steer him off the tar. Hit him! Clear this asshole off the road.
Машинка подвела.
Quick intermission for news from Washington. He's in a hideaway in the Chicago...
LAPD, ma'am. Are you all right?
That lowlife! That filthy lowlife!
What happened?
I was standing ready to get off and I heard a click. His camera. That pervert took a picture of my... up my...
Which way did he go?
There! That's him! Right there!
Ah, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Go on, Phelps. Get after that creeper. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
Хороший выбор. Сука, сломал это. Все, блядь, какой...
Hit him! Clear this asshole off the road! Get in close and steer him off the tar.
Да, сука, зачем на меня-то писаться?
I think his name is Phelps. He brought in that case, that poor lady.
Show me your hands!
You're under arrest for public indecency.
Oh, Christ.
Не, а что он ожидал? Нельзя сфоткать пизду. Что все это? Так, у меня есть что-нибудь эти выступления тут большие. Нет, ни хрена.
Stay straight on this road. Go straight through. Straight over the next intersection.
Slow down.
Open your eyes! Left turn here.
What are you, liquored up?
You're gonna go right up ahead. Go straight over. Next left.
Second floor, apartment 6, in the back.
Thanks.
I haven't seen much, Detective. The suits waiting upstairs can give you the story.
Скучно дома.
Bukowski, you made Homicide.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps.
You two want a hug? Or can we get on with this?
Relax, Rusty.
26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
Нихуя себе, дорогой, это место. И фоточки-то такие.
Quality English smoking jacket. I don't know anyone under 45 who would wear one. Looks like barbiturates. Barbiturates. What else is rattling around in this thing? We should speak to her doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster.
Phelps?
Mal, we've had a look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
May I took a look?
Be my guest. Take a closer look at her head and neck.
Her neck is bruised pretty badly. Bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Very good.
Very unusual ring.
I could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire. The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
And spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
This is her in these photos? She's something else.
Yes. Miss Julie was...
Pretty girl like that? Maybe she was having trouble with some boys, huh? Maybe she got her heart broken. Couldn't take it anymore. So she ran herself a bath and down some pills, and then she just drifted off.
I don't know. Miss Julie, she always had so much fire. So much drive. I'm sorry, I'm not being very clear.
There. It's okay.
Maybe if... No.
Ты же, блядь, за столиком сидел только что. А какого хуя? Блядь, как меня застрелили.
What do you think? Once you've checked the bathroom, Cole, you better take a look around.
Застревание на меня было. Либо у меня с клавиатурой что-то не так.
This is all top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look. There's been a modeling assignment. It's a place to start. Beautiful girl. Clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog.
I haven't got time to jaw, Cole. The captain wants me to make this case.
Come on, Phelps. Even Roy looks like he's working. Get on with it.
Nope. Optimistic, Cole. Not everything here is going to be relevant. Doesn't give me anything to go on. I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact. Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
What are you hiding here, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia was obviously disturbed about something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
She was taking barbiturates. She couldn't sleep. You must have seen them in her room.
You've seen the pillbox, the thing she hid in there. I don't know how she supported herself. Always new clothes and jewelry. She lived like a movie star. A princess. Does modeling really pay that well?
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
Why are you lying to me, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia had men stay here.
I will not speak ill of the dead. You can't prove that.
Who owns the smoking jacket?
I wouldn't like to tell tales, you understand. That's Mr. Henderson's. An older man, very distinguished looking. He seemed very much in love with her.
Where would we find him?
I'm sorry. I don't know. He said he lives in San Francisco.
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
Mrs. Reynoldson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Thanks, Mrs. Reynoldson. You've been very helpful. One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home. So what next?
You want to go digging around in drains trying to support Mal's theory? You go ahead. I'm not getting my hands dirty.
Куда?
Can you get lost and let me work? This broad was built to be photographed, even if she is dead. Whew.
Больше ничего не помню.
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm with Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
Соседей просить тоже.
Mal will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
I think our work is done here.
Incidental.
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing off his lunch. Straight over the next intersection. Straight on.
Take the next right.
I hope you got some money saved up. Go straight at the next intersection.
Here, Stoneman, office 505. I'm at a loss.
Okay, time to grill the good doctor and get his story. I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica. I'm just in pain here. Leave me alone.
The main reason Santa's so jolly is because he knows where all the bad girls live.
Hurts to walk, hurts to sit down, and now I got policemen riding me like I'm a criminal. Get lost.
If you don't mind, I have patients to see too.
This isn't what we're looking for. Junk.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
А сейчас, блин, какое время?
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine?
It's not illegal, detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
Теперь осмотримся. Don't kill before you check.
Probably nothing. It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Your partner is a creep, and you probably are too. I have nothing more to say to you.
The old boy's lying.
About what?
I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient. Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
His mother would be proud of him. catching all those criminals.
Any ideas?
We need to have words with the owner. Find out what kind of employee Julia Randall was.
What on earth is that
Well,
man
hello.
doing?
What can I help you with today?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning.
Was that all you wanted, officer?
Можно встать. Нельзя.
How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is
She's
she?
a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you. How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
Julia was kept by this Henderson character. The apartment, the clothes, the jewelry. Was she a call girl?
How would I know? What evidence is there that says that Julia is a prostitute? If Julia is hard, it's because of her background. To put it politely, she was quite poor. But a call girl? I think that that's ridiculous, quite frankly.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
Goddamn track record!
Пробуй без этого ходить. Без этого пробуй ходить. Без вот этой штуки.
Detectives Phelps and Earl here to see the coroner.
Yes, Detective. He's waiting for you in the examination room.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine. Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
Ходи, ходи, молодец. Надо падать. Молодец, не падай только. Тихоньку. Надо не вращаться, нормально подъезд.
The complexion soap, gentle white and so fragrant, it's perfect for a daily beauty bath. Leaves skin really fresh and sweet, and you feeling exquisitely clean from head to foot. Just try the Hollywood beauty bath with Pandora, and you'll see why. Pandora brand soap's got that creamy, active lather that's soothing and gentle on your skin. Why Pandora is 7 ways better than old-style floating soaps. Take a tip from Hollywood. Make Pandora your daily bath soap. Pandora lathers twice as fast, even in a It's a luxury that any woman can afford. Just a few cents a cake. Now that's thrifty with its flower-like fragrance. It's a Hollywood secret. Ask your grocer for Pandora brand soap today.
Да тут во дворе-то и смотреть нечего. Тут во дворе-то и смотреть нечего.
Дом моя. И дома одно мне делать нечего.
Sounds dangerous.
When hopes are out at the elbows and dreams are run down at the heels, my heart.
You look at this clown.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
What the hell is the LAPD up to these days?
Arnett is in interview too, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest.
Am I gonna get out of this tonight? No, sorry.
I need a drink. I got the goddamn jitters again.
Can you identify the man in this picture?
It weren't even his prints, and he still confessed.
Has anyone seen my pen?
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in. Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
You left at midnight, correct? You really think I'm gonna squeal?
How well did you know Julia Randall? Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
Can you bring me the file? Do I need to fill this out? You see that new title? That's correct. What the hell is the LAPD?
And you were close? We were friends.
You need me to sign some papers or something?
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man. Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Say, do you fellas need me to stick around much longer? Will this take long as responsibility? No, sorry. Do I need to find someone to look after me now? Can you identify the man in this picture?
Spill it, Henry. You know nothing about a man named Henderson? Yes, you're right. Henderson, yeah. Very distinguished.
How about a first name, wise guy? An address, maybe?
I'm sorry, I don't. I think he lives somewhere out of town. Somewhere back east.
You can't expect me to turn a blind eye, can you?
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc? No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
I have faith in the Lord. Do you, senor? No. I'm no hood. I'm a crooner. That's right.
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julie Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
Hey, you think those bites won't be on the side? That's correct. Don't dog around. Were you there?
You're some kind of traveling salesman?
Well, once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. The Fighting Sixth.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
He's in that car at the lights.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Надо больше ходить, мышцы разрабатывать. Мышцы, чтобы работали. Ты мало ходишь, ты дома-то много ходил, а тут...
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
What are you doing?
Move in. Can't risk it.
Что погодь? 5 час. 5.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
You're lying. Your lips are moving.
What are you doing?
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
The nerve of some people.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
There's the guy.
Too much slack.
Here he's an honest guy.
Gotta get closer.
What are you doing?
Нет, конечно. Сейчас все пройдем. Фиги, тут даже можно какую-то херню пропускать.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
What are you doing?
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir, to Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
My God. It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over. The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
Car 11K, 11 King, come in.
Go ahead, KGPL.
11K, go to Hollywood Station. Homicide detectives Bukowski and Galloway have information relating to the Randall case.
Roger, KGPL. 11K, en route.
Car 11K, car 11 King, come in.
Car 11 King, go ahead.
R&I reports the last arresting officer for DOA Jimmy LeBlanc was Patrolman Fred Wallace, who's working a shift on Hollywood 9th Beat, Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Car 11K, en route.
Advice?
We need to talk to the uniform and get the dope on LeBlanc.
How's America gonna understand its giving?
A one-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus two dames always equals problems.
Что-то про dog-shit, что, наверное, собачье дерьмо. И тут главный перевод как раз и сметан. Я понимаю, что, конечно, аналогия, но это очень...
There's a siren for a reason, you know? Take the next left turn. Phelps!
Come on, let's give him a hand.
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Throw out the gun. This is brave for a dead man. Keep moving. You're pretty brave for a dead man.
Motherfucker!
You're covered, Phelps.
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. I nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself. You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
Christ alive, this is a nightmare!
We caught up with Mao. He's given us the dope on LeBlanc.
He worked burglaries with a big guy, goes by the name of Willie. He might be our killer. Can you work boxing gyms, the Y, promoters, that kind of stuff?
Since when have you started giving orders, Phelps? And where's the burglary angle? There was no sign of a...
That's where our net comes in. Next stop, we speak to Lacey about a list of recent burglaries.
Guy's a bum. His office is a front, and he's behind on the rent and his phone bill.
And he's skipping town tomorrow.
Let's get him in and beat it out of him.
Do you want to bring in the killer, Rusty?
You could be too smart for your own good, Phelps. We've been talking about that, haven't we, Roy? Stefan?
Finbar?
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Is the cigarette case on there?
Right through the red light that you never saw.
I said, if you're a producer, then I'm the blonde Turner. Yeah.
We take long and responsibility. Is the captain in? I ain't talking to you.
Julia Randall's ring. It's here.
Do I need to fill this out?
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud.
You see my mother? Are there matters without beauty in this city anymore? I was door knocking all morning, but I got a make on the car in the end. Do I need to find someone to look after me here? Afraid not. Am I gonna get out of here tonight? That's correct.
Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
My sister's always been lucky when it came to her wit.
Where's the phone?
Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox.
Can you bring me the phone?
Quit hassling me, detective. Isn't there work you should be doing?
What now?
Okay. We check out this Eastern broad and see if we can make the link between the burglars and Arnett.
You didn't know about the insurance money I take it. Don't stalk around. Were you there? I ain't talking to you. You can't expect me to turn a blind eye, can you? I have faith in the Lord.
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
This guy gave his wife a tap. I'd say all's fair in love and war.
That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down with my sap.
Were you at home last Saturday?
Right through the red light that you never saw it.
It's him, the cop from the newspaper.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
Okay. We check out this Eastern broad and see if we can make the link between the burglars and Arnett.
You look like you were a big pain in the neck. Now I have a much lower opinion.
So you and Rusty have been having discussions. Anything you would like to tell me, partner?
Phelps, don't be so touchy. Rusty had his best ever clearance rate working with you. Even if the cases he worked on can't be discussed. We were just comparing notes. You're a Booneroo case man, Phelps. One of the best I've ever seen.
Thanks.
You gotta learn to take a compliment, Phelps.
A hopped-up model, a cad, and a circus freak. Only in L.A.
Fairy tales of the rich and famous.
More like pathetic tales of the desperate to be rich and famous. Junkie Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Arnett?
Are you crazy?
Arnett, LeBlanc, and Willie.
Don't you go putting the pieces together again before they fit, Phelps. Listen to your old pal Rusty. Or should I say Finbar?
I wouldn't call him that if I were you.
What do you care? It doesn't sound like you're the top of his Christmas card list.
He gives everyone a hard time. That's just how he is.
Whatever gets you through the day, Cole. You idiot! Turn left up ahead.
Where'd you learn to drive?
Keep going straight. Next left. Go straight. Take the next right turn.
Nice house.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
I am Mrs. Eavestrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man? If you are returning 43 pieces of my property.
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, Detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavestrom?
Who do you think you are? Making heinous accusations in my own home.
We recovered the cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied? My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case. I think he was even more disappointed than I was when it was stolen.
What can you tell us about the burglary?
That terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
I think you know more about this burglary than you were letting on, Mrs. Eavestrom. There isn't an insurance claim involved, is there?
Are you accusing me of having my own home burgled? How dare you? What possible proof do you have for this scandalous remark?
Sorry. My mistake. I get the sense that you're worried about something, Mrs. Eastrom.
I have already received the insurance claim, Detective. Is there any way we could keep the return of these items discreet?
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eastrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You have only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, mother and father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
Friends, quality is an American trait, and Americans recognize quality whether they're in New York, Milwaukee, Chicago, or Los Angeles. The same goes for quality beer.
We're missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging the burglaries.
That's my fiance you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
Put a sock in it, sister. You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
Keep going straight. What's wrong with you? Next right. Stay straight on this road. Go straight at the next intersection. Stay straight on this road. Turn left when you can. You need to take the next right. Keep going straight. There goes a week's wages. Straight over the next intersection. Go straight at the next intersection. Go straight through. Go straight.
Take the next right.
Straight over the next intersection.
Stop just ahead. Come on, sister. Let's find out who your fiancé really is.
Help me out.
We need to get to Arnett's apartment. He's the key to all of this.
Welcome, sir. I'm sorry, are you a resident?
LAPD detectives. We're here to speak to Henry Arnett.
Oh, Mr. Arnett? Apartment 30. You can take the lift.
Thank you. So what next?
Arnett is in 30, Cole. Let's pay him a visit.
Really, now is not the time. Leave me alone.
Well, isn't this just nice and awkward?
Stop! LAPD! Don't kill him, Cole. This guy's our case.
Go on,
Put your hands in the air. Give it up, LAPD! Looks like he got you good, Phelps.
Yeah, he really packs a wallop. How did I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. You came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was Arnett?
He's coming round, too. He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
You missing something, Henry?
Что он творит, телефон?
It doesn't appear to be connected. No good to me. Circumstantial. Don't think this is anything. Not sure this means much. You told Heather you're honeymooning without her? Vacheron Constantine. That's an extremely expensive watch, Henry.
A graduation present from my parents.
We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
You're lying, Henry.
How can you prove that I'm involved, detective? I thought as much. Shouldn't you be calling me an ambulance or something?
Why did Reed and LeBlanc kill Julia Randall?
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. I was going to marry Heather if she'd have me. Julia told the others that they were out, that she was going to create a new gang.
You're lying, Arnett. I think you ordered them to kill her. It was made to look like suicide, and when the coroner saw through that, you knew it was time to run.
I told you I was involved in the burglaries. I had nothing to do with Julia's death. Why would I need to run?
Have you told Miss Swanson that you're leaving for Mexico City tomorrow night? That it's a one-way ticket?
Henry? Tell me it isn't true.
I had no choice. I wanted to marry Heather. I told Julia I wanted out, and she laughed in my face. I had to pay Willie and Jimmy a fortune to do her, and now I'm completely broke.
What you are, Buster, is under arrest.
Who is Henderson, and what is his involvement?
Tell them what you know, Henry. I'll stand by you if you'll only tell the truth.
There is no Henderson.
Tell me about your first burglary, and don't lie.
I can't remember. I don't keep a list of these things.
Your first burglary was a Dr. Harold Stoneman. You want to explain how he is involved, or shall I?
Henderson is Stoneman. He was crazy about Julia. She could get him to do whatever she wished. He threw the parties, and we arranged the burglaries. Julia never let him touch her. She just kept him hanging on the promise. Drove the good doctor almost insane.
Henry Arnett, you are under arrest for burglary and for the murder of Julia Randall.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
Situation. You wake up in the morning feeling weak. It could be a deficiency.
I guess the wedding's off.
He only robbed her mother and killed her best friend. Cut the guy some slack.
So how does the doctor fit in?
That's what we're about to find out. Maybe we should ask him to give you a quick once-over. That meathead gave you one hell of a pasting.
I've had worse.
You should have seen yourself staggering back in there like a drunken sailor.
Next time you can take the runner, Roy.
I didn't box in the Marines, though, did I?
I should have never told you that.
Get the vigor and pep you need by using Rise and Shine yeast, and by taking Rise and Shine yeast tablet supplements. It helps regain strength and needed pounds to feel and do your best. Call your grocer or druggist and say, Rise and Shine, please. We now return you to regular programming.
Time for the doctor to give us something to make this all better. Hang on a moment, sister. Tell him it's Henry Arnett, and tell him it's urgent.
I can't do that.
Tell him, or I'll charge you with obstruction of justice.
Doctor, I'm afraid Mr. Arnett is here to see you, and he says it's urgent.
Send him in. I told you never to come.
Tell us the truth, Doctor.
I'm so glad you came. Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with grief. Do you know that I loved her? I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her.
Will you testify in court that Arnett and Randall did these robberies?
They organized the robberies. Julie would get the names of the guests attending my wife's parties. Didn't matter how much money I showered upon her, it was never enough. She never really cared for me.
Doctor, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
Oh, the practice. You'll call Dr. Gerard. No. Please don't cry. I want to see no one. Not my wife or my children, nor my friends. And I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key. What have I done?
Didn't see that coming.
God.
Advice?
Call this in, Cole. Maybe you should ask for a street sweeper.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
I need an ambulance and the coroner immediately to the offices of Dr. Harold Stoneman, 1646 Ivor Street, Hollywood.
En route, Detective. You have a message. Detective Bukowski says the suspect is named Wilson Willie the Wolf Reed, former wrestler. Last known address is an apartment building at the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Detective Bukowski says to meet them there.
On our way. We have an address for the runner.
Let's try and wrap this up then.
What now?
We have Reed's address. Let's roll on it. That old boy really fell for that broad.
She was incredibly beautiful.
Would you throw it all away for a woman?
Life has a way of making you pay for your pride.
You're quite the romantic, Phelps. Stick with the percentages. Broken hearts are for chumps.
You're talking from experience.
I certainly am. Oh, I like women as much as the next guy. As long as they're in their place and doing what they're told.
That's the cop from the newspaper.
Thank God I didn't park there.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
We have Reed's address. Let's roll on it.
He's around here somewhere. A big guy. Neighbors say he always wears basketball shoes and a cream jacket. And get this, the kids around here say he plays the harmonica.
Find a game well and have the commander set up a dragnet. We want the area closed off. We'll take this out of the street.
A harmonica playing wrestler. That's a weird one. Think he knits as well?
Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. We don't want him to bolt on us.
Wait. Pull. You hear that? Wilson Reed, LAPD, give yourself up. Hold it. He's got to be around here somewhere. No place to go unless he grew wings. There he is! Place the son of a bitch!
Slow down, you idiot.
Son of a bitch really picked a spot for it up here, didn't he? Julia Randall's folks are flying in from New York tomorrow to claim the body. I saw her on the slab. So perfect. Looked like she was made of porcelain. She really made an impression on me.
Julia had that impact on a lot of men.
Christ, it's cold. You guys did good work here today. Roy, I think you should buy your brother officers a drink.
Do you now? That's very generous of you, Lieutenant.
Ну, вообще-то это было неверно.
We're being overrun. We have to get off of this hill.
That's one of our 50 cows still firing, Cole. The 22nd are still fighting.
It's over, Cole. Looks like you're one of the lucky ones.
Say goodbye to your friend Hank, Jack.
He was your friend too, Cole. Is this how you're going to leave him? Are you wounded?
Scratch, Kelso.
Well, get up and get out of that fucking hole! Find a stretcher while you're at it so we can get him out of here.
Who's the senior officer here?
I guess that's you, Cole.
You were up here all night?
Yes, sir.
And your command?
Gone, sir.
Sorry to hear that, son. But God damn it, we have beaten these bastards back. It's the beginning of the end, and it was one here. You're a goddamn hero, son. What's your name?
Lieutenant Phelps, sir.
I'm recommending you for the Silver Star, and promoting you to First Lieutenant.
Earl Phelps, a shooting at the 111 Club, 6232 Hollywood Boulevard.
Sounds like a homicide beef.
2 of the dead guys caught in the crossfire were carrying Army surplus morphine. Get over there before homicide tramples all over the place.
We already cleared that up.
Judge in Pasadena took the big sleep yesterday. He had a personal stash of 20 cigarettes. Appears we didn't get all of it.
Coroner says it's going to take at least a week to get an ID.
Oh, just
Any ideas?
Wait.
You heard the man. Dope at the 111 Club. That's gotta be a first.
Grown
God
men
damn
playing
it.
at being boys.
Just can't seem to put this morphine to sleep.
A dead judge. It's not good.
Everyone has their vices. Even you, Phelps.
You think the Vice Boys get any on the side?
Mouthpiece store strips off me at the grand jury. Case got thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to stop him with one round.
Isn't there anything else you can do? Well, are there any leads?
That's the cop from the newspaper.
Poor guy. Must be going crazy.
Parker and Green are going toe-to-toe for the top job. There's a change in the wind.
About time.
This wind will be like a tornado, Phelps. Parker's got a puritanical streak. You never know we'll get swept up in a thing like that.
Any Central Unit, suspect to be taken into custody at Southern California Auto Club. Stand by for further unit to handle. Identify code 2.
Go straight through.
Any Central Unit, suspect to be taken into custody at Southern California Auto Club. Stand by for further unit to handle. Identify code 2.
11K responding. Go ahead with the further.
11K, see the security guard and apprehended suspect to be taken into custody from the Southern California Auto Club, 6201 Santa Monica Boulevard. 11K, handle code 2.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. What's going on here?
This joker was trying to tail one of our patrons and stuff.
I'm a reporter, you idiot! I'm doing a feature for the Examiner, and that patron I was following is a red under investigation by the feds.
Where is he now?
The parking lot. His is the blue Talbot. Say, how about an exclusive when you bring him back?
Shove off. You won't be filing your story today. I'll check this out.
A red, huh? Sneaky bastard. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this.
LAPD, sir. Can I have a word?
Well, that's an admission of guilt if I ever saw one.
He's not getting away that easily.
Step on it, huh? Just give me a little closer. Let's see how fast he runs on bare rims. You can see these people, right? I can't take the shot from here, Cole.
Put your hands in the air!
This is harassment. Understand? My politics are nobody's goddamn business but my own.
Homicide guys are already inside.
You all
Bukowski.
standing around.
Phelps.
Working?
Back again.
We're here about the morphine.
Over by the bandstand. You can see what's left of the owner, Eddie McGoldrick, 26, former Marine.
I know Eddie McGoldrick. He was a non-com in my old unit.
I'm sorry to hear that, Cole. Waitress said he recently came into some money and bought the club.
Who are the other Vics?
2 musicians, Biddleston and Bow. And get this, they used to be in a 4-piece, but the trombone player and the drummer OD'd.
Don't tell me. Lamont and Tyree? We've met the rest of the band.
Now they're a no-piece.
Do you mind if we take a look around?
Be my guest. You might want a word with the hostess, too. I'll keep her company until you're ready.
When you're ready to have a civil conversation, we can try again.
Want me to sign one of these for you? No? Then buzz off.
Must have pumped a dozen rounds into him. Certainly sends a message.
Catch all the good ones, Phelps.
I swear, this town is going straight to hell.
Another day, another dollar.
Well maintained, custom case. Someone cared for this instrument. What's that click? Neat trick. The case must have cost more than the trumpet.
Just when I think I've seen it all.
He kept his stash close at hand. We should follow up on the musician angle. We have a new source, or is this coming from what's left in circulation?
Another day, another dollar.
This how you usually solve a crime?
Just when I think I've seen it all.
This how you usually solve a crime? This how you usually solve a crime?
Another day, another dollar.
This how you usually solve a crime?
All the good ones, Phelps.
This how you usually solve a crime? This how you usually solve a crime?
Find anything interesting?
This how you usually solve a crime? This how you usually solve a crime?
Find anything interesting?
This how you usually solve a crime?
Another day, another dollar.
Army surplus again. The Goldrick must have been moving contraband through the club. Dozen packs to a carton, 100 cartons or more. Looks like a couple of months' supply.
Надо скрыть их.
These look brand new. Never fired. They haven't been degreased yet. We could check on the serial numbers.
Is this guy hunting for bear? Look at these things.
They're BARs. You get the odd guy who sneaks one of them home from the war. How did he get 3 of them? Army surplus morphine, Army surplus weapons, Army surplus valors. Sound familiar?
We should get back to the station and check the details of what exactly was lifted from that ship.
Блять, насколько здоровый корабль там был, что он, блядь.
What do you think?
Have a word with the broad when you're ready. Maybe she knows what went down.
You catch all the good ones, Phelps.
I swear, this town is going straight to hell.
Оба. Игра вылетела из такого года. Наши